Who killing them in the UK? Everybody better say UK. Oh, reluctantly, it's nose to the press, don't fuck with me.
It's still one said to be cool.
Down, down.
Don't act the fool.
Now.
Always act the fool.
Ow, ow.
Ain't nothing new.
Now.
Well, actually, there's point in you. There's new motherfucking podcast.
Hello, everyone. This show is 110% Scottish, so if you think we're talking too fast, then make sure to slow it down with the playback speed button on whatever platform you're listening on. And last but not least, there's definitely offensive language featured, so if you're a minor or a pussy, switch off now. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Wits The Goss podcast, where we sit here and gossip. Obviously, you know, I'm here. Me, Bebe Amadeus. I mean, we were going to do our fancy intros like we usually do, but we actually gave you a full rendition of
That was a full performance, so next time that costs $50.
And at this point, we're seven episodes in. Is this the 7th or 8th?
Who knows, but we're doing a great job.
You know
being
who
here.
the fuck we are. I'm Bebe Amadeus. This is my sister Oceanlea Amadeus. And we're here to give you the motherfucking gossip, 110% Scottish twist. Because, do you want to tell them what happened this morning? You got to tell them, you got to keep it.
Nah, fuck it, let's discuss. I just applied for my residency in Australia.
Keep her. We
Please
need this
keep
podcast.
me.
We need this
Don't deport
podcast.
me.
Yes. Woo. Yeah, so well done, Oceanlea.
To everyone, right into the immigration, tell them, please don't deport Oceanlea because she needs to stay in Australia.
She's a sound cunt. Anyway, nobody actually getting an immigration, by
Please
the way.
don't actually mention me. Don't affect
Don't just say
that.
fuck all.
Just
Shut
mind
your mouth.
mind your own fucking business.
Anyway. What was I going to say?
Don't know, we've had too much energy drinks again.
Is it Friday today? It's
Yeah.
TGIF. Yes. We're actually hitting you with 3 episodes this week. I mean, last week we did promise you 3 episodes, but we actually promise you actually are getting 3 episodes this week. What else has been happening in our lives? To be honest, just fucking killing it, honestly. That's about it. But what I want to talk about first and foremost, Miss Princess Paris Hilton, guys. She's the moment. She's always got to be the motherfucking moment. I'm always going to still stand by Miss Paris the Queen because she has flown into Jamaica to give her support to basically there's a troubled teen, same thing that she's been going through. Guys, if you don't actually know the backstory of the last few years of Paris Hilton's life, have you been living under a rock, obviously? But so if you didn't know, basically with Paris Hilton in the last few years, she's obviously came out with loads of different things to do with like abuse that she suffered during these troubled teen like camps and ranches that basically would take you away, like literally in the middle of the night. The most traumatizing shit happened to kids, and obviously not just like that was like literally just the start of the trauma, because when they were actually in these places, Oceanlea, like they were getting abused severely. Like I don't even want to go into it because we've literally just non-stop.
It's in a documentary. Paris has got a documentary.
Yeah, if you didn't already see, Paris had a documentary come out last year or the year before. It was called This Is Paris, and then that's where she goes to more into detail talking about all the things that she'd been through, as well as not just her. This is happening all over. This is just things that's happening constantly. But particularly recently, there was 4 staff at a Jamaica school for American troubled teens that have been charged with child abuse, and then basically a few they'd been charged with it just days after Paris had flew out to actually support the people that were going to trial against these. So it was 8 American boys between the ages of 14 to 18 were taken out of Atlantis Leadership Academy in February after an unannounced inspection of the school covered allegations of children being starved, beaten and put in chokeholds by staff. So Paris has obviously flown out to actually show her support and all that, and she just constantly...
How are the kids getting moved to Jamaica though? How is that not trafficking someone? Is the parents sign off on that?
It goes on to say, as according to its website, it prides itself as an affordable, structured boarding academy. Oh, so that's what actually is. So these parents have actually sent their kids here to a boarding academy it's the same situation that happened to Paris Hilton. These parents have actually been manipulated, brainwashed and all that to thinking their kids who are troubled in the States are going to go to Jamaica to this boarding school, which is just a thing that happens all the time anyway if people have like money or just are able to afford that. They'll send their kids to boarding school, whatever, and they've done the same thing. But what they've found in the inspection says these kids weren't getting treated what the parents have been getting told. That's just the situation. That's how it's actually all came out. So it just basically says their concerned parents have been trying to bring their children home, but so far only 2 have been returned to the US, with a 3rd expected to be sent this week, but the rest. And it says Paris Hilton flew out to Jamaica last week to campaign for the release and the closure of the school. This is our fucking baby girl. She's a philanthropist, billionaire, $billion fucking company runner. Like, oh, this is our gal, by the way, Oceanlea.
Yeah,
like, this is what I'm talking about.
there.
These are the celebrities need to be out there repping shit. Good for you, baby
Yeah,
girl.
because that shit's fucked up, and it's the fact that as well, I don't even know how the parents physically get their kids home from another country when you've signed off on them going. Like,
Exactly. What happens a lot of the time is these are structural abuse things. I don't know whoever the fuck's running these things continuously. Clearly have like they love to abuse children. It's just like it's nothing to do with making children be better people. They're just
no,
like
that's the
it's just
end
like
game. It feels like, isn't it? From
the end game is
start?
just to traumatize children and all that. And basically, Paris has said that when I heard about the 8 American children that had endured what had happened in the hands of a troubled teen facility in Jamaica, I knew I had to drop everything to show my support of their testimony. So Baby Girl was literally cleared motherfucking
Yeah,
schedule.
but look at that.
And
I
flew
never knew
straight
about
there.
that story until you. Well, would we have ever known
Well,
about that
exactly
until
because
Paris
you know
went?
exactly because a lot of time we didn't know that they're only going to look at the stupid things with celebrities and all that. We like Paris Hilton and all that, but Baby Girl out here doing the most to show her support. She's actually been there, and yeah, she's literally continuing the support. And adds there is nowhere that a facility can hide. We cannot find them. We will not allow our children to carry the shame and stigma of abuse alone that belongs solely to the abusers. It outrages me that it takes months to bring these children back to the United States and mere moments to send them away in the first place.
In the first place was exactly the words that were coming out my mouth. Yeah.
Paris for motherfucking president. I can actually see this happening.
This
I
is-
could fully see Paris Hilton
And
being
it's what you
president.
just said there. We always hear about this at the other side of the story, but please tell me that she's not doing that because she wants to be there. This is no fucking PR from her. And often you feel like it is with celebrities, like it's all just, oh yeah, PR, covering up something. She's
No.
there because this is her actual
She's
experience.
experienced this shit.
She's experienced this shit.
You can
She's
see it in
already
her-
went through it.
Guys, I'll post, obviously, as you know, you'll see the pictures right now that have already been up and all that. You can see in her eyes, like, she's there, she's not giving a fuck. She's got a little, literally, or two, but she literally just looks as if she just scraped her head into these two things, flung whatever was there.
Yeah, because it's
not been
not
a
the
bit of a
fucking
moment
point,
for a
yeah.
photo opportunity. This girl is there to actually help change these people's lives and probably feels it a million times more now that she does have her kids as well.
Yeah, oh my God. I
Baby
can't even-
girl, she's the moment, by the way. So that was just what to start off with, was a massive, even though it's a sad situation, is a massive just fucking Paris Hilton, you are the queen. You keep on becoming the queen, being the queen, and showing you just honestly doing the most for these people. And do you know what I mean? A lot of people that have been abused and all that, sadly, do you know what I mean? They are so traumatized and all that eventually they never get to speak out and get to help other people
Yeah,
and all
because it's
that.
re-traumatization. Like,
Exactly.
her going through all this just now, if she's sitting by the courtside, like listening to the whole
Yep.
thing, she's got to go through everything that she went through in the first place again.
100%. And I think to myself, like, it must be such a roller coaster for emotions for her too. So for her to be able to go out and do that and to be able to just stand there and support these people and actually make sure those changes actually happening, it just shows that, like, the thing we keep on talking about in the episodes, that not all celebrities are cunts, are fake and all that, and there is like literally still people with pure hearts, and I feel like Paris Hilton is definitely one of them. And she's played the business smart, she's played the game smart, she's played the dumb blonde role smart for many years, and now in her 40s, mother of two, fucking entrepreneur, philanthropist, actual activist, just doing the most.
Well, just a
Doing
healed
the
woman.
mo-
Yeah, like
just
a more
the
healed
greatest
woman.
human. A healed woman. A healed woman is now helping others heal, and we love to see it. Oceanlea.
Yeah,
So
nah,
shout out
buzzing
to
with that.
Paris.
I'm glad because when you wrote on the show notes Paris and Jamaica, I thought, what the fuck are you going to tell me about Paris and Jamaica? I'm so glad it was that was the outcome, in the sense that I'm so glad Paris is bringing
Yeah.
attention to it and people we can know about it and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
so
good.
guys, if you're having a gossip with your friends, I don't give a fuck who you're gossiping about, but you better not be gossiping about my baby girl Paris, because she is the queen. I love our Paris for president. Anyway, moving on. So the next bit of gossip I wanted to tell you about was obviously Amy Winehouse. There's a movie coming out, Back to Black, right?
Good or bad?
I was what do you know?
Absolutely fuck all.
Right, so
See, you write these show notes and I don't ask a question on purpose. Tell me the goss.
yeah, we're getting good at actually waiting for the gossip. So basically, what the sitch is they've wrote this and they produced it. So it came out yesterday, April 11th, 2024, in Australia, by the way. I don't know, it probably came out different times in different countries, but where we are, that's when it's just came out.
And we're always fucking behind, so I wouldn't be surprised if it came out months ago.
The director is a woman called Sam Taylor Johnson, and I'll move on to her in a minute.
Why do I know that name? Sam
She's a
Taylor
bit of an
Johnson.
oddball, I'm not going to lie. And it is. And the woman who's playing Amy Winehouse is a girl called Marisa Abela, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull up her picture here. listen, they could have picked better Oceanlea, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, they really had some good containers. Honestly, everyone's talking about it on TikTok. Ray should have been Amy White. Ray should have been her. Like,
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen Ray.
Ray as in...
Raye.
Yeah.
I've only ever heard like music that she's
Shut
on.
up.
Yeah, I've never
You've
seen her
never
face.
seen Ray in real life. Are you serious?
You know that I'm the most
Oceanlea, she's
switched off
literally
to all
Amy
celeb-
Winehouse. Look.
Oh fuck!
She's Amy Winehouse. Are you
Holy
serious?
shit! And she can sing.
And she sings like Amy Winehouse. She talks like Amy Winehouse. She's from the same place as Amy Winehouse. It should have been her as Amy Winehouse. Second option should have been Lady Gaga, which I think probably not Lady Gaga. She was still in and about at the moment as Amy Winehouse. But and the also
Yeah, it's
big
probably harder
issue.
to put Gaga in that position, but Ray.
Yep. So not being her, this girl, and the big issue that people are losing their shit about on TikTok and all that is they've not used Amy's real voice for the songs and all that.
Oh, they
This
re-sang
girl-
it.
Is this girl singing it?
That's the whole fucking point of it being her movie.
And I'll pull up a thing so you can hear it. I'll get it
What
up.
the fuck? Amy Winehouse was Amy Winehouse for a reason. That was her voice. Anyone knows Amy Winehouse's voice without having to see a picture. Like, that's ridiculous.
Basically, yeah. The thing is, this is not the moment, by the way. I'm not going to lie. We need to go and see it, guys. We will go and investigate before you all spend your money. Let us go and spend our money first. We'll go and see
investigate.
it and we'll let you know. And also,
Gold class.
there's also massive controversy because the director, Sam Taylor Johnson, I'm pretty sure her partner is about 25 years younger than her. He's like a little toy boy type of situation.
Oh, great.
But also during an interview, she basically says that she wanted to come up with her own narrative and basically make a story, but she had to go with asking the family what the real story was. And I just thought to myself, if you're going to do a movie so iconic about Amy Winehouse,
You
Back
can't
to
make it-
Black, baby, there's no making it up. What the fuck? What the fuck? This
Also,
isn't a
not
fairy
even
tale.
that. One, you can't rewrite a dead woman's narrative. Like, she's not
Exactly.
she's not alive to say that. It's not how my life
Exactly.
actually went. Here's how it went. And also, it doesn't have the same value if her family or her estate or whoever is in charge of it says the story for her. Number two, Amy Winehouse's story was so documented in the press when we were growing up. We grew up in the UK. We seen the papers. We seen every time she fell out of a bar and was pictured.
Yep.
We seen it all. We seen her deny rehab.
Exactly.
And all those songs come out. So you can't rewrite history when everyone has seen history.
Like, people seen that isn't that long ago that this happened. People do still remember it. And the thing is people are like protective over Amy Winehouse. Like, she was people are still
Troubled
sad
person,
about
yeah.
a troubled person. So the fucking reason that this woman's going to come in here, try and make $1 off of this woman's name, and also not even do all the respect to keep her music in it.
yeah.
But then also, I just don't understand, because what's the family saying about this all? Because obviously there was a lot of speculation when Amy was alive, obviously, that her family would just still put her on stage and just use her as a fucking cash cow when she should have been getting help.
Yeah.
And that is obviously a massive thing that
And I
was
think even
massively
if
talked about.
someone who's suffering tells you that they don't need help, often they don't need help because they are suffering and they're in denial about the fact they need
Exactly.
help. So if you're in charge of that and you're running her business and trying to keep it going,
So
then you're saying, oh, well, she said she didn't want it.
I
Just
would like to
isn't
know
a
what the
good enough
family are
excuse.
thinking, because they've obviously took the check, because they would have got the estate of Amy Winehouse would have obviously had to have been paid a large amount of money. But the people that run the estate is like her parents and all that, who were fucking doing the same shit when she was alive. It just doesn't sit right with me. We'll go and fucking watch it for gossiping purposes, but does not sit right with me nonetheless.
I just don't understand, and I don't know if you're not going to rewrite Elvis's story, or you're not going to rewrite any of these older people's stories, but because Amy Winehouse did suffer, we'll use her for her music and her image, but maybe her story's a bit too grubby for us, and we'll just paint it nicer. Why?
Yeah,
That
or
is
paint
Amy.
it more dramatic or more twisted, which is also still as fucked
Also
up.
just as fucked up.
And what I don't understand is as well, like, I forgot where my fucking thought was going there about the whole situation.
Like, you're trying to take her image and her music, all that came from her story. Like, everything Amy lived through
that's
was
what I
why
was
her
gonna
music
say.
was her music.
Her estate and her family and all that probably still make fucking millions a month, from millions and millions a year or whatever, from all our music and all that, because somebody still owns those masters, somebody still owns all that stuff.
Yeah, of
That stuff
course.
just doesn't go away. It doesn't just disappear into thin air because she's no longer alive. So there's still her family and all that are making a large amount of money off of her, and it's just obviously it is sad because they obviously are missing their daughter. Like their daughter's no longer with them, but it's just like, well, how the fuck? Like, what's the like?
It just feels
Where's the morals
distasteful,
here?
yeah,
Where's
it's
the
just
morals?
dead.
I feel like there's morals all out of whack here. Her dad's morals were definitely out of whack years ago anyway, when she was still, who was even putting her daughter on stage like that? Because I know if that was your parents standing outside being our manager, do you think for 1 minute do you think for 1 minute mum would be like, oh, aye, like stick her on stage?
No
Like,
chance.
no chance.
Yeah.
Not a fucking chance. And it's just always sad to see with these amazing singers and artists and all that, they just get pure let down by the people around them because all they see is money. Cat,
Oh.
Milo.
Callie.
Milo. Cat is crying for a wee cuddle. So, what were we talking
Can
about
you see him
there?
on the camera?
Can you see? Say hi, guys. Say hi, everyone. He's just going to just sit here with me and cuddle while we're talking about this. But yeah, I just find it really sad in the whole aspect of, I just feel sad for her. I love Amy Winehouse to bits, and I just don't want her legacy to be disrespected, even though it's nothing to do with me, obviously. But I don't know. Feel like if you're fans of her, you just don't really want that to happen. And I just will go and find out, obviously, when we watch the movie, what the full situation is.
Gold class.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
too fucking big to sit in a normal seat, guys. I'm literally 6'2". But yeah, anyway, it's just sad to think of, and yeah, sad. Next, anyway, moving on to the next.
Feels like, yeah, just feels a little bit like she's been used.
She's getting used and abused here. Bless her, and her name has not been.
Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. The motherfucking how you diddly dog that going Cyrus family. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So sorry guys, the cat is literally still here. Look. Say hi, guys. Hi, fans. He just loves a cuddle.
He's literally just melts. He's a melted cat.
So the gossip is with the Cyrus family, what we've seen all over. So you want to go and play now?
Well, there's kind of two parts of the gossip with the Cyrus family. So one part leads into the other. As you know, Noah Cyrus used to date a man called Dom. That was, I think he's 30 odd something years older than her. He's in his 50s, she's in her 20s, so
Yes.
he's 30 something years older than her. And Noah described to everyone else that they were basically, it was more of like a friends with benefits type situation, but they were sleeping with each other. I think it was the start of last year, so they had like this ongoing, at least sexual relationship. And I think with any relationship where you're having sex with someone, obviously some sort of connection going on, you know.
Totally.
If you fast forward 9 months later, that very same man is married to
Her mother.
our mum.
Yeah, so the scandal is Billy Bay boy don't want my money back.
Billy and Tish divorced.
They get divorced. So basically they were together for fucking like 25 years. She's got a couple of kids. No. He's got a couple of kids. No. Is that his kids, the oldest ones? Like,
Can't remember actually. I think that might be right, maybe.
there's a bunch of fucking kids anyway. So what has happened is when they've split up, the dad is now dating like this like super young women and all that with like blonde
the
hair. They're just
usual.
living their best life, playing the guitar with each other and all that. But then Tish, she's a massive pothead now. That right? Well, they're all potheads, right? But she's a massive pothead.
I
And
think
her-
this divorce split the Cyrus family anyway.
yeah,
Like, I think
so the divorce split the Cyrus family, and then what you've just said, the Oceanlea is Noah, who's the daughter. She was actually dating this guy Dom, and then Dom is now not with Noah and is now married to the mum. So on the wedding day with Noah, with Dom and Tish, there was only Miley there, Brandy there, and I think Trace might have been there.
yeah.
But Noah was with the other brother and all that in LA, and
And
they'd
Noah
been posting.
uploaded a picture with a Billy Ray Cyrus t-shirt on.
Yeah, so they're
as
basically
well.
so like half of them are basically in support of the dad, half of them are basically in support of the mum. It's kind of a shame because Miley Cyrus seems to be living her best fucking life, and I don't think she really gives a fuck. She's just
Yeah,
like,
no, I love Miley Cyrus. It just, the thought of, I just don't understand in what world a man is sleeping with the mother and daughter. Not obviously at the same time, but
I
that's
just
it.
thought, in
Seems
what
like
world did that guy think that was going to go well? And I just think to myself as well, in what world did that guy think? Oh, I don't know, mate. It's Hollywood, innit? It's Hollywood. It's all goes up and gets up, innit? It's all.
it's just fucking weird. But then
But I thought they'd be a bit more humble about it, man. Considering they're from Tennessee,
it just seems wild though that happened to like a public family. Like,
it's only cities, I see.
and I know she's saying. I know Tish is saying like he's the love of my life. I just couldn't possibly go through
And
my
Tish
life
looks
without.
super happy, and she looks as if she's buzzing her best life. But
It's
she's
just
also
a bit-
stoned as fuck all the time, so she's probably happy.
Yeah, it's just a bit fucking weird because he's fucked your daughter. He's fucked your daughter. You can't.
Wait, were they actually fucking, but or they were just messaging?
No. They were friends with benefits. That was the relationship.
Oh my god.
He's double dipped with Osiris.
But that's it. She's been like, if it's good enough for the daughter, it's good enough for me. Give me
That's
that young
that's
dick.
never the way to go about things. Don't ever use like recommend movies, TV shows, skincare products. Don't recommend fucking dick.
No, literally, mate. Literally.
Was a bitch. I should have known better.
What the fuck?
Man?
So the whole thing is actually pretty sad because Noah and Miley, like they're obviously, Noah's on daddy's side, Miley's on mommy's side, and like they obviously were pure cute for years. Like, do you know what I mean, they were the ideal sisters, the media and all that was trying to make out to be and shit. So it is pretty sad in that sense. But obviously Noah's kind of getting a wee bit scandalous because she's been caught on Instagram liking Liam Hemsworth, Miley's ex-husband.
Abusive, allegedly ex-husband.
Allegedly abusive ex-husband, liking his topless gym pics, like looking all fresh from the gym, sweaty Betty and things like that. So I thought, Noah, calm yourself down, hen, because at the end of the day, that's still your big sister. She's got to fly her private jet to your house and beat on your ass. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't like to see a Tennessee whipping for Miley Cyrus. Fucking hell, she Hannah Montana, you right up the fucking street.
Tennessee whipping, man.
Aye.
I can't imagine that if me and my partner ever break up. No, actually, that would even be the same because she's a nice human. Yeah, no, he's abusive. But anyway, if you like my abusive ex-man's fucking posts,
We'll be fists up. I would beat your ass into making sure you knew who the fuck your family member was, you little bitch.
yeah,
But
just not, something's not right there, is it?
listen, I wasn't even thinking that there to know none of my business, but I'm just saying in reference, if that was my little sister, I'd literally smack her into sense. So Miley, you do you, baby, and I'm sorry, I'm a Miley Cyrus fan anyway till I die. Noah, second in command. Miley's always got to be my gal, Miley. But also no beef as well if I paint him. Do this the thing. See, I talk gossip about these things, but I actually don't really give a fuck that much. So if I meet he's in person, delusional. Are we palsies or like let's just all smoke a dib together, be friends? Like, I don't know. Apparently in LA it's quite normal to have fucking orgies with your parents. So no,
Wait.
you could maybe jump in with Dom and the mum.
I don't know if I'd be claiming they have orgies together.
Good none. Sorry guys,
Fucking
if you
hell.
keep on seeing me itching my nose, by the way, the weather is changing here in Australia and I'm not joking, my nose is so sniffly.
Look at my dry ass lips.
Because I
Like, this
noticed in
is
the last episode I
ridiculous.
kept on being like this. I'm not picking my nose. I just have this little constant itch just like here.
You get dry noses, like it's a bit annoying.
Listen, and if empty says I've been partying all weekend, I used to do that years ago and I would actually admit it and I've no. So get over that, okay? But moving on to the main subject, by the way, because Jojo Siwa Oceanlea. So we've had
back once again with
back
the
once
Jojo
again with the
Wawa
Renegade Master. Literally. No, so what's been happening is I've just seen it all over YouTube and that. So obviously Tana Mojo, she's just obviously got to troll. Do you know what
Wait
I'm
there,
saying?
we should probably update them since the last episode. She's released a music video and she's been all sorts of fucking podcasts and she's in the press and she just keeps getting more embarrassing. Like,
And the thing is, no, there's all sorts of conspiracy theories going about because it's like, surely, right, we know she's 20 years old and I know people have been hating on her. We're no hating on her. She's 20 years old. Oceanlea might hate on her. I'm actually no hating on her because I'm like, right, Oceanlea, is this fucking real? Or she's got thousands of people around her, right? This is what I think. She's got a team of people around her.
yeah.
If she's trying to really want to be like, Betty, I want to change it up and saying all this shit, like they have got plenty of people
To do
around
a
her to do
stylish
that,
way.
to do it and all that. Like, or there's also people around her that are like, do you know what? like, does she know what she's doing here? Like, does she actually know? She knows that we're all talking about this.
Yeah,
she
because
knows that
here
it's
we
getting
are.
brought up and all of that. She's saying things like, this is like the most drastic change of my generation and all that. Obviously, it's fucking no. She's all pulling her piss up.
Yeah.
Like, we're all tuning in all the time. Jojo. Doesn't matter where you go, it's fucking Jojo, right? She must know then. This is what I'm saying. Like, there's no, this is not her genuinely being serious. Like, she's trolling us at this point. We're getting fucking trolled off Jojo at
And
this
I think
point.
it's the fact as well, watch this, you'll fucking chart and all that on this song because it's like this big troll song.
And then her as well saying that she wrote the song when quite clearly
She knows
did
she
not
never
write that
wrote the song.
And there's a full team around her. If she's going out there saying that, they're saying to her, you didn't write this song, they know that the internet is a fucking FBI agent, so they're going to find out that you didn't write that song. And it's not as if it was hard to find out either.
I've actually got something to add to this. So there's a video of her as well. Who was it? I watched the video. It might have been on Sloane's video about Jojo, but they basically show the video of Jojo. Did you see what?
Again, I see why we always say that.
But basically, it's a video of Jojo being like, yeah, here's this other song. Again, it's another song written by someone else because the song went viral on TikTok in like 2020
teasing
or
it.
2022. And she's like, yeah, listen to this one and then listen to this really funny thing I said about a girl in it. And she says, she whispers a word on top of it.
And she goes, you're welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
She goes, listen to this ad-lib, listen to this ad-lib, listen.
You're welcome. And she's so chuffed with it.
And
but she never wrote that song
she's
either.
acting crazy.
So she's leaned that hard into it that now I'm like, this can't be real, surely.
Do you think somebody's giving her like some little Colombian marching powder? Do you think she's like,
Arriba. I don't know, man, because
she must just be sitting there taking the piss. She's making a fortune off it all with this, clearly, guys.
But yeah, basically, she's leaned that hard into this that it's got to surely be a wind up because I understand that she's 20 and she's probably having an identity crisis, but she's making too much money
but
off
I don't
this.
think she is having
She's
an
making
identity
too
crisis.
much money off of this.
Yeah, and then so she was on the Nick Viles podcast the other day. And she was basically calling out Tana and basically saying like a kind of fuck you to Tana because like she's like, I've been on the cancelled podcast many times and like all this other shit and saying like I really thought it was kind of hurtful, but like what James Charles posted was much worse. But basically he just messaged her first and said, can I take cut out you? What he was doing was purposely definitely taking the cut out of what he's just been kind of nice about it. Like
What's happened? Sorry, you've missed it.
So see everybody trolling on TikTok. Everybody's trolling on TikTok. They're all posting their songs. They're all taking the cunt out of her, the dance and all that. They're all doing it. But basically James Charles has then messaged her and said like, because on the Nick Viles podcast, Nick has tried to start talking shit about Tana, been like she was totally being nasty about you too. Like that's really, I thought you guys were friends. Like you were going on the cancelled podcast and all that. Like just a few weeks ago, like what's happening with that? Trying to obviously get the goss off him, obviously what we do too, but try to get the goss out of Jojo Siwa, and basically Jojo's like, yeah, well. He said Tana and James because they were both posting things, and she's like, yeah, well, James, I'm cool with James because he basically messaged me before it and was like, do you mind if I post this? I'm like totally joking and all that, but that's just kind of like when do you know how like when like the popular person in school's like, oh my god, you're fucking ugly, like I'm only kidding by the way, I was only a joke. It's like,
it feels like the equivalent of, oh my god, I love your skirt. Where'd you get your skirt?
Or like,
knowing fine well you don't love that skirt. It's just a piss take. Like,
do you mind if I like call you a fat bastard? Like, do you know what I mean? You've still called him a fat bastard.
Do you mind if I call your career change awful?
So anyway, because she just loves supporting groomers, she totally loves James. Not that I'm saying James is a groomer, but like,
Well,
allegedly. Listen, no beef to James either, but obviously she just, that was kind of too far. Sorry, I take that back, James. Right, I take that back right here. I'm not even going to cut this out. I'm so sorry, James. I didn't mean to call you a groomer, but you just may have done
inappropriate.
You did some inappropriate behaviour. I wouldn't call you a full groomer. That's too far. But Colin Ballinger, she definitely is too far. She is fucking too far on that shit.
Yeah,
but
sending kids out underwear. That's fucked.
So she's talking about that anyway. But then Tana didn't even know this was happening. So then Tana's went on the Trisha podcast, like Just Trish podcast, and Trisha's like, literally broke the news to her.
Yes, I need to watch
She
this
literally
episode.
broke the news to her. She's like, oh wait, I had no idea this happened yet, because Tana's been so busy on tour, so Tana's not even noticed that this has been happening. Basically, she's not noticed that Jojo said this yet, obviously in this episode or whatever. And like, because that had just, these dates has all been coming out in like basically the same days and all that and shit.
Yeah, it's all the time lapse.
Yeah, I love Trisha, but guys, if you've all seen, I've been watching Trisha for years. Trisha is I think she's just on such a good roll with her life now. So good for her, by the way.
She is just living. She is running her own race. She does not give a fuck about
And
anyone.
she did inspire
but
this
now.
podcast to come back, because I just really was like, guys, I don't stop talking shite, like, and things like that, and sometimes don't make sense and things like that. But Trisha sometimes doesn't make sense, and she talks loads as well. And I thought, all right, okay, and she really inspired me because she's killing it. So I was like, yeah, I love Trisha.
Literally,
I've always loved her for years.
Someone who can talk shit at the same pace as me. I love it.
Yeah, that's how I first loved Trisha, because I was like, oh my god, she talks so fucking fast. But obviously I was Scottish, we had different accents obviously, but I'd really talked really fast too, so I just always like, oh my god, I love her so much. But yeah, Tana was just, they've all been talking about it too, and I just think, I don't really know what beef Jojo has with Tana. She knows Tana's a fucking troll, like, because she's like, or Tana, like, I'll see her in person and she'll be like, oh my god, Jojo, like, that is who Tana is. Obviously, and she would probably do that. She knows. Everybody knows that
they're
she's
all playing the same game.
She's
they know
not
it's
two-faced
trending.
about being two-faced. Do you know what I mean? Like, she
Yeah.
knows that's about her personality. She knows she's going to take cunt of you, but also love you too. And she does that with herself. She does that with loads of people around her. So I think, don't really take it too seriously.
And
But
also, I just kind of feel like, in some ways, that's just what you do with your mates, is it not? Like, you take the piss out of them. Kind of not, maybe not to that
oh no,
degree.
but I think as well, I think what has happened is basically Tana. So basically, what's happened? Jojo is confused why she's been confused why Tana's now all of a sudden, because not just that post, but Tana has been obviously actively going out or just taking the cunt and basically standing against like, I'm not friends with Jojo anymore. But that's all happened because after the choline stuff has came out and all that, like, obviously Jojo was quiet about that for ages, but then in recent weeks Jojo has came out in other podcasts and said like she is still friends with choline and all this type of stuff and all that, and Tana just doesn't fuck with that.
And that's when Tana's point of view
And
has
even though the
changed.
timelines of her being on her podcast and her being on like wherever podcast and all that has been very like, Tana being on, no, sorry, I'm getting confused. Like the timelines of Jojo being on Tana's podcast and them hanging out, and then Jojo being on this other podcast and then saying these things that she does still support choline and things like that, is obviously what's put a sour taste in Tana's mouth. So I think fair enough for that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, well, babe, and then it's not even that. The girl's too young to understand. I'm not even saying that. I'm only a couple of years older than her, but it's like she's 20 years old. She's in some sort of like fucking, do you know what I mean, mad
Are
position.
you fully understanding the impact of being friends with people like that, especially when you're banging on about wanting kids?
Yeah.
Like, you're talking about bringing kids into this world and can't understand how an adult sending their underwear to their teenage fans who would do anything to be their fan, like, and just be around them. That's inappropriate, bro.
Yeah.
What do you not say about that?
Or just the fact as well, they were having, like, Colleen was literally caught out having full watching parties of Trisha's OnlyFans for her and her friends to all sit and just take the cunt out of Trisha.
I never
That is
even knew
disgusting.
that is the most bizarre.
She was
fucking
having
thing.
listening
So she
parties.
was paying for them as well.
Yeah, literally. And in the same time, like, talking, she would have group chats with other fans and all that, where she was personally in there talking and all that, and like literally knowing people's ages and all that, and asking if they'd had sex shit and shit, like all this weird shit, and then asking like who if they'd had their periods. And there's a boy called Adam, he talks about so much of it because he was a fan of her.
Adam McIntyre, is that his
yeah,
name?
he's from Ireland.
Yeah.
He's basically got befriended by her when he was really young and was obviously mesmerised by it. And he's got to a certain age and he's like, wait, actually a lot of that stuff actually wasn't right. Like, that was really super inappropriate.
Yeah,
but
probably
when
been.
you've got a like power dominance that you've really loved some celebrity that's coming from the States, and it's like, oh my god, I'm going to get to meet them and hang about with them and all that.
And they
But
want
she's
me
also,
to do this because I'm doing such a good job
for
for
them
them
just
that
doing
they're
weird. Yeah, and then as well, but then Colleen did meet fucking Jojo when she was like 13 and was continuously hanging about with her, doing these Miranda things, skits and all that, talking about like just fucking inappropriate things, but sugarcoating it with laughter and being fucking stupid and
and
kids
as
and all
if it's a
that.
character, but
So
at the
Jojo
end of the
doesn't
day,
see
you're
nothing
in
wrong with this
control of
because
that
she's like,
character.
oh, whatever. It's like, Jojo, you're not going to see nothing wrong with this, and you're probably not going to see nothing wrong with this till you are a little bit older.
Yeah.
Maybe. So sorry, babe. You're
But
actually
also,
still developing, because
when you look
I don't
at-
know.
When you look at someone like Jojo Siwa, though, how often is that been the case? Because I think the thing is with Jojo, she speaks so much just now, and so much of it's down on paper in the public eye, and she's not old enough yet. Like, it's almost as if she's not actually developed and lived enough of her life to understand the impact of everything that she says in the media. And at some point, she might get to the point where she realizes, wait a minute, I've actually probably had a little bit too many adults around me just saying a little bit too much, me being on the wrong side a little bit too often.
Yep. And as well, she's actually just literally yesterday or last night when I was in bed, I just seen that she's just done a Call Her Daddy interview. I'll post the picture. She was wearing this mad hat and she had the sparkles and all that. It's just like, it's still very childish. That's why I'm just like, fuck. But the teaser clip that I did see, Jojo says to Alex, "Oh, what age are you?" And Alex is like, "I'm 29." She's like, "Yep, that's the age that judges me." Which, I mean, no shade, guys, like to ourselves actually, because we actually are older than her, and I'm
Yeah,
no
it
judging her.
probably
I'm
is.
confused about this situation. Who's letting her do this? Who's letting this happen? That's what I'm confused about. That's what we're sitting here talking about this for. Like, I just want this girl to do good. If she wants to keep on doing this is what she wants to do, rock on. But what she's saying and what she's doing isn't making sense, and I just want this young girl to be aware of that.
Yeah. I don't even
And
understanding things as well. Like you going, yep, I've got my 3 kids picked out. I'm having this, and this, and I've got a sperm donor. Yeah, but cool. But what about what your partner wants?
can't even drink alcohol yet legally.
You can't drink alcohol yet legally.
Now, I'm
What
not
about
saying
when
that's
you
about
meet
being a mother, but it's like,
yeah,
what?
but what about when you meet a partner and they go, yeah, cool, but that's not the names that I'd choose. Or I don't want 2 boys and 1 girl. I'd like to just have 2 kids.
It's
What happened?
very
It's
already
very
a certain dominance in a future relationship that you don't have yet because you've already got all this shit sorted. You've already got the money. You've already got the lifestyle ready to go. You've got the kids ready and the thing and all that.
yeah.
At what point does it then come into somebody and they go, where's the discussion of you two building that together and having those conversations together? Because you're already fucking set. So
You've
all
just
you're waiting
telling
for is
them.
somebody to come along that's just ready to go, yes, sir,
Yes.
yes, sir. You just want a yes man to be there.
Yeah,
You know what, a
and
relationship.
that's no partner, that's no relationship. And I just
I-
wonder as well,
she's
like,
too young
does
to
she
understand
craft
it.
her future and she's just decided that this is what her future's going to be because then she doesn't have to think about who she is and have an identity. Because her whole life she's been a business, she's never been
Well,
a
that's it.
person.
She's not just got to be a person. Very good point, Oceanlea. She's actually always had to know what she's doing next. And do you know
She's
what? For a long
always
time,
had to
she's
know.
probably had the next 4 or 5 years of her life planned
Planned out.
always for constantly.
Yeah.
So it's actually probably not a coincidence that she's already got all these things sorted because she's probably got this in the bank, right? Okay, in this year, because that's what she's always been used to, and that is not a normal way to live. I get 100% you have to be living in advance and all that, and especially when it
but-
comes to business, but you do that later on in life. This girl's been doing
Yeah.
that since she's been fucking able
You've
to walk.
never had that point in your life where you're like, I'd say probably, in my opinion, when you're like 18 to 21, you think you know everything, and then you get to being about 21, 22 and go, oh, I could probably would have done that a little bit different now.
Mhm.
And then I'd say probably 23 to 25, you change so much as a person. You think so differently about things, you think about others differently,
Yeah.
you carry yourself differently.
And
You
that
kind of
20
come
to
to being
23 as well. Those 3 years are crazy
yeah, that
changes
20
as well.
to 23, you kind of start figuring out a little bit who you are. Because
Yep.
this whole time, it's almost as if up until you're 20,
Constantly, but
yeah, you seem to think you know who you are. And anyway, for me, and then you get to being like 20 to 23 and you slowly start to find your feet and see what feels more confident. But
Yep.
yeah, I'd probably say kind of 23 to 25 is when you really start to become yourself. So she's planning every single step of her life and never ever actually living and experiencing it.
Yep.
She's just going through it as if it's flicking through the pages without actually reading the book. If
100%.
that makes sense.
We will go and watch the Caller Daddy interview over the weekend so we can talk about it next week anyway. But it just, yeah, I just feel like I feel bad for her because I'm like, I just worry for her as there's going to be a point where she does hit like a fucking Amanda Bynes or does hit one of those things where she loses her shit. And also, she's already got her 3 kids planned out. So is this going to happen when she's got 3 kids? And then is it going to be 3 kids that are then just going to go through the same cycle as what she's been through?
Yeah, so then
Because she's never got to experience a normal life. But then it's like, well, what was her? Because her parents were normal, they grew up normal, but they've obviously been pushing her kids so they can have this amazing life too. And I do know for a fact, I'm pretty sure, like her mum obviously works just as hard as Jojo because she's been there every step of the way, putting the work into. But at what fucking point do you realise, wait, I've actually just like let my kid.
She's been getting her hair dyed blonde since she's been 2-year-old. That's no normal, mate.
Like I feel like this. Her mum is really not being able to live out her dreams and put every single one of her dreams on her kid, and just so happens her kid has become insanely successful from it. But I just wonder.
And
I feel
even
bad
if-
for her. I hope she does.
If Jojo at 20 years old is deciding all of this and it's purely business, it's purely marketing
Yeah.
because she knows how much is kicking off, if that is the case,
Fair enough.
you're
yeah.
going to get to being older and feel sad about the fact that you were never yourself your whole fucking life.
Uh-huh.
You've never been yourself. You're looking back at pictures of when you're 20, 21, 22 and you're dressed up as a character the whole time. Like imagine being dressed up in a fucking costume your whole life.
Well, Paris talks about it as well. Paris is now at the point where she's in her 40s and all that too. And only in the last few years is she using her real voice, is she actually using her real personality and all that. And she just constantly hid behind this persona and personal brand that she'd built from such a young age that she really found it hard to then ever And obviously as well from the abuse, Paris has now came out and spoke about her abuse. So I just wonder, it's like, oh my goodness, is this going to be the same situation that happens with Jojo Siwa when she gets to 40 and goes, guys, I never wanted to actually act like that or be like that. That was just my safety net almost, was to be that type of person and to be that brand and just to live that life, because that's all she knew. Because she's literally, as you just said, fucking been doing this since she was basically like 2 years old, and it's always just evolved every year just to be a little year older. Yeah,
like,
but it's still very much childish.
It's almost as if we're going like, cool, what's the spring summer collection this year with Jojo?
Yep.
Like, she's never been herself, and I just wonder, like, if she's worked her whole fucking life, you cannot
You must be exhausted.
go. Yeah, you can. And maybe for some people, they'd rather just live in that kind of character because they don't have to think about how they actually feel. But it's just fucking sad for me, man. And it's like, you're gonna get all this piss taken out of you, and then you're just quite happy for this whole humiliation, this public humiliation of your image.
Yep.
Because you'd rather do that and make another bang, like another buck, than just fucking be yourself for a bit.
When she talks about this whole evolution of becoming a child star to adult star, I just get confused because she's talking about it. But if you look at her and all the other dance mum women and dance mum children, they've all managed to go from being child stars, grow up. A lot of them, I'm putting my hand right up there, a lot of them still went from being these child stars, still being famous and successful and influencer celebrity life, but then a lot of them did actually go and go to university and go and get career in college degrees and all that, but they are still get to live a little too, and then are now in their adulthood and are now doing more TV, doing all that things from their own choice. But you can clearly see they've literally just turned into adults. Like, they just turned into adults. Jojo is still Jojo Siwa the brand, but like Kenzie, Maddie, Nia, what's the other ones?
They went through progressions, have had ups, downs, have changed as they've got
just
older.
Actually became women. So when Jojo talks about this thing of turning into an adult thing, it's not turning into an adult. It's just the confusion of like, you're still not a woman yet. It's as if you're still stuck in this like thing. That's what we see it as.
I find it more confusing.
Or is it real?
I don't know. I find it more confusing that she's not just getting older. Yeah. Like, we see this all the time. We watch actors who we've seen in TV, in films and all that, and then they get older and it's normal.
They do successfully
like Justin Bieber
it.
has been in the limelight since I've literally been fucking 9 or 10 years old or something. And you get older and that just is normal because you're getting older.
Yeah.
Why is Jojo Siwa making such a big deal about it and not realising if she just did, it would have been so much more normal this whole fucking time?
And she probably wouldn't be getting this whole backlash. And it's not, but it's like, you're still allowed to do it the way you want to do it. But I totally understand what you're saying. It's like she
so
should have done
weird.
it. She could have still just done it and just not been saying. So now that does come into question, wait, is this actually just to get people talking? Is this a PR stunt? Because obviously compared to the other dance mums, kids and stars and all that, she probably is definitely the most richest and the most successful and all that. But what does that come at? Because you've got so much money anyway. They definitely look as if they're living a great life anyway. None of them are missing out on fucking having a good life.
But I don't know, she just talks about getting older, and then her version of getting older is just another costume. She's got her face painted. Why is your getting older not just your fucking self, bro?
Why don't you just take it off? Let's just see who Jojo actually is. Take your fucking hair down for that scrape thing. It's just like, I think that's where it's failed actually. It's just because like you're trying to say this is the real you and you're now an adult
and we
all
don't
that.
believe it.
And it's still the brand, babe.
But it's still a brand. It's not believable.
Not like there's not been this whole drastic thing of just going, oh, actually I'm just here now as fucking Jojo.
Yeah,
like I don't think her name's probably Josephine,
Joanne or something. I wonder what it is.
I think we should check.
I check what Jojo's real name is. Joanne. Surely not Joanne. I don't know. It just fucking feels weird.
Real name
it's just not believable.
Oh my god, her real name is Joelle Joni Siwa. Come on, Joelle. We want to see Joelle. Give us Joelle, man.
Give us Joelle, man.
Joelle. Come on, Joelle.
I'm begging of you, please take off your makeup
and your bow
and your glitter and your big toe.
Aye, because we really want to see who Joelle is. I'm sick of this.
Jojo Pish, get Jojo to fuck.
I actually think if she'd actually came out with that, like, this is Joelle Siwa or Joelle Siwa and all that. Or
this is Joelle.
This is Joelle, baby.
Yeah.
Like it would have made a real much better.
Or I feel
punch.
like in
She would
a
have stripped it off like Hannah
Maybe.
Montana, taking that motherfucking wig off.
stripped it
She's
off.
got that alopecia now because that fucking bone's been stripping her head back for years. Swear.
I feel like as well, now that she's in a G flip era, she could have even just went for Joe and we'd have taken it.
Exactly.
Like,
Or
she
just
could-
Joe. Cut it. Cut. Who needs two JoJos? Just Joe.
Just Joe.
Joe's
now that I'm
enough.
older, I'm just Joe.
Joe is enough, bitch.
That's the album name, Just Joe.
Just Joe.
Are you getting on? Joe's on the fucking parent council.
She's Joelle and she ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, fuck, she has
Aye,
no
it's
well
no
with that
going
makeup.
nowhere. Oh,
Talk
bless
some amount
her.
of shite, man.
Bless her.
Right,
We're no-
anyway.
We're not taking the piss out of her, but Jojo, we hope you're doing fucking great, hen. We hope this is a marketing tactic, and we hope one day we see the real Joelle and know this Jojo pish. We want Joni to come out.
Bring out Joni. Bring out Joni. Bring out Joni.
That's what we want. Enough of this pish, and enough of this. And I want Tana, and hopefully, I don't know, I'm manifesting me notionally end up on an episode with Tana and Brooke one day, because I reckon, see if you just imagine us two sitting here right now, flash cameras back forth, imagine us the now, and then imagine the cameras flashing back and forth to Tana and Brooke.
Do you know what I
That'd be a
love
pish
as
laugh.
well?
And Trisha, like, we'd have a brilliant laugh, because I think Trisha's watched so many Scottish movies, she definitely understands what we're saying, and we talk so fast as well that she just get it. It's not even that, it's like, do you know when dolphins talk to each other, it's more of like a signal. That's what it'll be like, and then you'll understand what we're saying. We'll have a right good gossip.
Yeah, well, we can do that. I just think that when it comes to us talking to these people, it's great because we just fuck off back to Australia, and if we don't want to bump into them, we don't have to.
Aye. Literally. So catch us in LA for an episode we cancelled and all that. One
I'd
day.
love that. What a laugh.
Monday.
And she's hot.
Aye. Folk will be like, oh my god, B, you're so delusional. Oh my fucking god. Yes, bitch. Yes.
Well,
I'm
it ain't gonna
motherfucking
get there without the delusion.
And the delusion gets me far. Anyway, this has been another episode, guys. We're going to be back again with another episode this week. But if you like this, please don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to just round up to 1,000. Come on, let's get there.
And if you make it to the end of the comment,
the girly community is growing.
If you make it to the end of the video, please write, bring back Joelle.
Bring back Joelle if you go to the end of the comment, end of the video. But this has been another episode of Wits The Goss with Oceanlea Amadeus, Bebe Amadeus. Like, subscribe, give it 5-star review on fucking Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, the lot. Share it with your friends. We like here to come to have gossip, and if there's any gossip that we don't know about, we have the community section on the YouTube. So literally, I'll keep on posting in there, guys. We get the gossip going. Quickly, just last thing as well. Quickly, we done Beyonce. We're loving her new one, Two Most Wanted, Miley Cyrus. I did already talk about that in the community chat anyway. Before the cameras cut out, this has been us. This has been here. We've been queer, and we're chit-chatting our way to the motherfucking top. Love you,
Thanks,
Oceanlea.
driver.
Bye,
Bye,
driver. So I packed up my bags with a dream in my heart. A dream made for